So this is my client's third visit. So she's had 2 healed results come back, and we're just finessing these little bit of details. I like to always see them back, even if I'm not going to do anything, so I can make sure I can get it as close to perfect as I can. So here you can see we're going to be working on just these last little spots. Right over there, we still have a little bit of light. And then in this area as well, just finishing up those little spots. So you can see they're really minor, but still important as a camouflage client to get the best results we can. So what you're looking at is my tray setup. So first off, we have our wireless rotary machine. I'm a big fan of these, especially when you're working all over body parts, you're not dragging cords around. I'll be using a 9 curved magnum today. I've already mixed my formula, and I'm going to show you how that looks against her skin right away. And again, all those formulas are included in our courses, so it takes the guesswork out of things. So what I've done is I've created that custom formula and recipe to match my client's skin. And what I'm going to do is just fold it over like I have, so when I'm holding it up, I feel like I'm going to get that perfect flow and mix over these lighter areas. All right, let's get this area prepped and cleaned with some alcohol. I like to clean the whole area just in case there's anything I see as I'm working that I might want to touch. Okay, we're good to go. One of the important things to remember is that you don't want to see bleeding when you're doing camouflage, and the reason for that is the bleeding is going to change how this heals. So the hemoglobin in blood will actually change the way this color heals, which makes sense, but I don't think it's often something that we think about or have been taught in the past. So as far as sensitivity, how are you feeling from 1 to 10? 10 being the worst.
1.
A 1, amazing. So these should not really be painful procedures. Also, that means typically no numbing. Okay, we're done that one, and we're going to be moving on. So again, I'm making a little test patch here so I can see the deposit of color so that I know how much more I'm going to have to add, which I can see those little pixels, and that indicates to me that I do have the depth and the speed correct, and then I'm going to continue on with my camouflage. So for me, my journey getting into paramedical tattooing actually was at the exact same time as I learned PMU, which is not entirely the way it works now, because I find most people have PMU under their belt and then they're looking to differentiate themselves from competition, grow their business, and this is a really, really good add-on to do that. One of the things that I found with having paramedical tattooing right from the get-go was it separated me from people who were just getting into it. And when I was getting into it, this was like a really new market. So I did have the pleasure of taking advantage of this, but honestly, you guys, that still reigns true today for people that are adding it to their PMU. So just like my client was saying, she Googled me and found me that way. And I think, you know, when you are being searched up on the net, you know, if they're trying to decide between, you know, me and maybe one of my competitors, what I hear a lot is they decided to go with me because I did offer these services, even though it wasn't something that they were necessarily coming in for. They loved the fact that, you know, I was giving back to the community, that I was working on people going through cancer treatment or had been through cancer treatment, or just even that I have the technical ability to be doing this. And so we're just finishing up on getting some pigment back into these lighter areas, and we're almost done. So the way my client healed up is honestly pretty textbook perfect. I see her back, and it also allows me to come up with a game plan as to how I'm going to treat her for the subsequent appointments. For today, I know that, you know, she holds the ink quite well, and everything's just been improving each session. So, you know, there's no red flags for me on what I can't do come this treatment. So I think the $1 million question from a lot of PMUs that I get is, well, what about the hyperpigmented scars, meaning the darker scars? And it is actually a different treatment and a different way to formulate the colors to improve that, which is going to be in an upcoming course. So for example, the outer edge of this and even this, we will be able to lighten up. All right, guys, we're on the home stretch here. This is gonna be it. Don't forget to take your after photos. I always like to send them to my clients as well so that they can see the progress, because especially when the appointments are spaced out, I think sometimes it feels a little tough to monitor progress. So this is a nice way to allow them to keep up just with the same things that you're seeing. Great. And we're all done.